Do you remember when 5 unblemished red heifers arrived in Israel on September 15th, 2022? Those red heifers came all the way from a privately owned ranch along the Brazos River in a town called Glen Rose, Texas. Glen Rose, Texas just so happens to be in the path of totality on April 8th, 2024. Welcome to part 4 of things you probably haven't heard about the 2024 total solar eclipse. The 2017 eclipse went through 7 cities named Salem, and the 2024 eclipse is going to go through 7 cities named Nineveh. And both of these eclipses are 7 years apart. It's time to talk about the number 7. But first, we have a quick Hebrew lesson. Elohim is a plural noun meaning gods or deities in Hebrew. The plurality is important because it validates everything Yeshua said that was recorded in the New Testament. In Revelation chapter 1, verse 8, Yeshua says, "I am the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning and the end, the one who was, the one who is, and the one who is to come, the Almighty." In Genesis chapters 1 and 2, we see Elohim created the heavens, the earth, and everything in them in 6 days. In Genesis 2 verse 3, Elohim blessed the 7th day, making it holy. We're literally 1 chapter and a couple verses into the Bible, and Elohim is blessing the 7th day, making it holy, showing us how significant the number 7 is. We continue to see the number 7 throughout the Word of God. Here are just a few examples in no particular order. Jacob served Laban for 7 years. Pharaoh's repetitive dream featured 7 fat oxen representing 7 years of plenty and 7 lean oxen representing 7 years of famine. There were 7 branches of the golden lampstand. There were 7 trumpets and 7 priests who sounded them at the siege of Jericho. The people marched around the walls of Jericho for 7 days. Noah entered the ark with 7 family members. God shut the door. Then 7 days later, the floodwaters covered the earth. Once in the land, the children of Israel were commanded to observe the Shemitah, known as the year of release. It was a sabbatical year in which all of the land rested for the entire year. Debts were forgiven, land was returned to its owner, and captives were set free. The Feast of Unleavened Bread lasts 7 days. The Festival of Booths, known as Sukkot, is also 7 days long. The Sabbath is on the 7th day of the week. The tribulation will last 7 years. There are 7 churches, 7 seals, 7 trumpets, and 7 bowls, all mentioned in the book of Revelation. The ordination ceremony performed by Moses in the book of Leviticus chapter 8 required oil to be sprinkled 7 times on the altar. To complete the ordination ceremony, the priests had to stay at the entrance of the tabernacle for 7 days and 7 nights. According to the Torah given to the children of Israel at Mount Sinai, anyone who touches a dead body, a human bone, or a grave is ceremonially unclean for 7 days. During the time of King Hezekiah, the Festival of Unleavened Bread was celebrated for 7 days. Then the assembly decided to continue celebrating and rejoicing for another 7 days. The dedication of Solomon's temple was celebrated for 7 days. And just after that dedication, the assembly celebrated the feast of Sukkot together for another 7 days. Ezekiel's temple, which many believe will be the 3rd temple, will be cleansed and atoned for 7 days. Now let's get back to the red heifers in Israel. One of them is going to be sacrificed soon, quite possibly this year. One of the motives of the October 7th attack is attributed to the red heifers that were taken from Texas to Israel. Just take a look at this article in CBS News. The spokesperson for Hamas, Abu Ubaida, began a speech marking the 100th day of the war in Gaza, accusing the Jews of bringing red cows to the Holy Land, citing it as one of the motives of the attack. After one of these unblemished red heifers all the way from Texas is sacrificed in Israel, a priest is going to take its blood and sprinkle it not 1, not 2, but 7 times toward the front of the temple or tabernacle? Where will this temple be built, and which priest is doing the sprinkling? My answers might surprise you. Come back for part 5. Until next time, bye!